In terms of the structure of the meeting itself, definitely prefer mornings. That's when people are most alert and their schedules are usually cleared from priority emergencies. But for project management meetings that happen virtually by conference calls, such as this perhaps, then be very aware of people on different time zones, especially if it's an international call. You need to probably alternate between mornings and afternoons. So take a pulse of all the attendees and do something that's convenient, but try in general to do mornings. Also, limit the time frame. We recommend 90 minutes maximum. There's a lot of research out there, and we'll have references afterwards to part of this research that says after 90 minutes you're really losing productivity across the board. So if the agenda is longer than that, consider breaking it up and having 2 meetings and doing one part of the agenda during one meeting and rotate those topics. So on the odd meetings you're doing topics the second half, and on even meetings you're doing the first half of the topics. For example, always distribute the agenda ahead of time so that people in attendance know when their area is up during the meeting in case they have to be late. Focus on presentation at the beginning and then discussion afterwards. Nothing will derail a meeting more quickly than jumping into a discussion on some new item that no one was prepared for, and that can just throw the entire meeting off course. So always start with presentation, updates, and we'll go through that in a little bit more detail in just a second in talking about the agenda. So if you have a crisis or some emergency that's come up, yes, acknowledge it early, but don't spend the time discussing it at the beginning. One type of organization I think that does a good job with these types of meetings that we can all learn from are committee meetings in whether it's a nonprofit or even government. I have a bias, I think, to bureaucratic lack of productivity, but I will say that nonprofits definitely run meetings fairly well in terms of delegating things to committee instead of taking up everyone's time. A very regular and consistent format is also critical. So template what you're going to do.